Welcome back, people. We're starting with week 5 of Draft League. That means there are only 4 weeks left before playoffs, and we have another exciting match waiting for you today. Today we'll have the Fairview Floregatos face off against the Armiran Avaluggs. We see that very powerful Mega Metagross. We see the Scizor, we see Sneasler, Crocodile, Gardevoir, Bellibolt, all that stuff against potentially Mega Floregatos and otherwise Mega Scrafty. We see Corviknight, Sylveon, Infernape, Sinistcha, and I'm very excited for this one. Let's get into it. Here we go, match 1, Armiran Avaluggs versus Fairview Floregatos. We see Metagross, we see Meowscarada, Sneasler, Gardevoir, Starmie, and Bellibolt. Okay. Then, oh, the Floette is coming out. I didn't expect it with so many checks against the Floette. Infernape, Sinistcha, Scrafty, Hisui, Avalugg, and Corviknight. Hisui, Avalugg is really a wild card to me here. I'm really interested to see what it does. I feel like that must be only in Trick Room or something. But the shiny, Bellibolt is really cool. Okay, Mega Floette, potentially Mega Floette and Infernape and Bellibolt plus Gardevoir. Okay, I see you. This is a different Bellibolt than the other one. This one's called Jeff. Okay, Jeff the Bellibolt uses Protect. That was a really quick selection turn. They both had their plans ready. Fake out into Gardevoir. That's an unfortunate turn. Floette uses Trick. It's not Mega. It's not Mega Floette. Ooh, okay. That's a big reveal. So we now can assume the Floette is indeed a Scarf, right? That's a fair assumption, I think. Yeah, it's probably Scarf. Does Bellibolt mind too much? There it goes, Scarf, and Floette gets the Expert Belt. Flamethrower into Gardevoir. What does Bellibolt go for? A reflect. Oh, that's Gardevoir with Reflect. Parabolic Charge. Okay, that's not the worst thing to be locked into, especially with okay, yeah, that's a good recovery. Does it go back to full? Especially with the telepathy. Oh yeah, it was still at full. I thought it took damage over Gardevoir. Gardevoir at 45 HP. Bellibolt still at full. It is choice locked into Parabolic Charge though. Yeah, I'm sleepy. I can't keep up with my commentary, sorry. What can Gnosis do here with his Infernape? Like, if it's physical, it can't really do too much. No, it's special actually. It's special Infernape. And Gardevoir should go down here, as it does. Does Floette have other support moves, or does it have ways to actually deal some damage? Light of Ruin, yeah, that should be some damage. That's 70%. Electromorphosis to double its power. Does it get a double KO here? No way, it picks up a double KO. It's choice locked into Parabolic Charge, but it doesn't really seem to mind too much. Oh, Jeff absolutely slamming the entire board. Ain't no one else standing with Jeff. How does... Ooh, Corviknight, that's not ideal into Bellibolt and Scrafty. Does it outspeed the Scrafty now? Like, do you want to Fake Out here? Because Fake Out would give it the charge boost, right? Metagross doesn't get affected by Intimidate, really nice here. Does Metagross have a way to deal with Scrafty? Things are looking good for Gnosis because the Bellibolt does have a good matchup here, and I believe Metagross does too, if you're not counting the Corviknight obviously. Scrafty is Mega Evolving. It's Mega Evolving before Metagross, so Metagross is either really slow, Scrafty really fast, or Metagross is not Mega Evolving yet to keep that clear body, I believe. Yeah, there's the clear body. Really well played. Body press to get around the intimidate, but it doesn't get intimidated. But I believe it's only fighting coverage. Okay. Getting some HP back, also damaging its own Metagross. Corviknight loses half. Can potentially just heal that back off. And Jeff back to 100. CC. Close combat going into Bellibolt. No crits. No crits. Reflect is still up. Drops its special defense and defenses. Corviknight uses Tailwind. Okay, so speed orders get swapped around a little bit. You would have to believe Bellibolt goes down to a double up. Right? Or does it? No, it might actually stay up. Bellibolt is charged right now, so it can take another double KO unless it goes down this turn. And I don't see it going down to anything else but a close combat crit, to be honest. How can Metagross make himself impactful here? Body press, it's faster. It's fast enough to KO this Crafty, okay. Crafty goes down, and body press from Corviknight going into Bellibolt, not nearly enough, and Bellibolt can pick up its third KO of the match after being locked into... Yeah, there it goes down, Corviknight goes down. His third KO of the match while being choice tricked. Yeah, the play on the clear body was pretty nice, pretty good. Really well played from Ruffle Salad. That Bellibolt, wow! Even after getting Choice Scarf tricked, there was still no real answer. Okay, we see the same lineup here. We now know the Flobat isn't Mega. We know it's Scarf. So it's probably only gonna come out if it's trying to Choice Scarf trick someone, but I don't really see any mon that you want to see Choice Scarf tricked here, because the Bellibolt didn't really work out, even though you would expect it to be a good Choice Scarf trick victim. And yeah, it might just not come out here. I don't think there's a way Floette comes out here. Let's see. Game 2. Game 2 of the Armiran Avaluggs versus Fairview Floregatos, Corviknight and Avalugg. Okay. Metagross and Sneasler. That's a very rough lead into not Armiran Avalugg, sorry. Suin Avalugg, yeah, that's it. I keep getting confused by the team name, but Armira is actually the region of a fan-made Pokemon game. Does Corviknight go for Tailwind here? Because Avalugg is still slower in Tailwind, right? Bellibolt is looking pretty spicy into this lead too. I feel like the Bellibolt has a pretty decent matchup against pretty much anything but the Sinistcha. Life Orb. Meteor Mash. Okay. Sturdy. Avalugg still alive. How can it retaliate? Corviknight flinched. Stomping Tantrum. Does it take out the Sneasler? It doesn't even take out the Sneasler. What? That's quite effective. How does it not... How does it not take it out? Oh, one would think Avalugg next to Corviknight equals Earthquake. But he went for Stomping Tantrum over Earthquake. I mean, you can't really pick both coverage options. Corviknight loses 20% of body press. Sneasler goes for coaching. Metagross being faster than Sneasler is the odd to see. But he does allow Avalugg to get another hit. Is he hoping for Sneasler to go down? I guess he doesn't really mind Sneasler going down. To be honest, it doesn't have that good of a matchup here. If Scrafty comes out, it's going to get double intimidated. And we'll have to hit a 135 defense Scrafty. So even the super effective bonus wouldn't be too much. I get the sack. I understand. And I totally understand Bellibolt being sent in here. But the Avalugg does have to go down. The Avalugg does way too much damage with Stomping Tantrum into Bellibolt potentially. Let's see what they go for here. I don't think Metagross is a way to deal with Corviknight, so Avalugg must go down to, yeah, pretty risky with a 10% miss to finish off the Avalugg. Still, could potentially get an attack boost. It doesn't get an attack boost, that's 20% I think. Body Press into Metagross does 12%, yeah, that's rough. Thunderbolt, ooh, single target. It knocks out the Corviknight. There it goes, holy. That is some strong ass Bellibolt, I can't lie. I can't lie. Infernape comes out, and who else? Scrafty, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Metagross does get intimidated here. Jeff the shiny Bellibolt doesn't care about Intimidate. And I'm not sure Metagross does too. Because Metagross can just Body Press, right? Body Press doesn't get affected by Intimidate, right? Because it only relies on the defense stat. Scrafty goes for Protect. Okay, okay, that makes sense. That must mean Infernape goes for Overheat or something. Would make sense for Infernape to go for Overheat here. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that's Metagross out. There it goes. Infernape halves its special attack. So it's 2 versus 2 now. Both at max HP. How is this gonna turn out? Meowscarada obviously being very threatened here by fighting type moves, but it does have Protean, so will it be able to get around it somehow? Now we have Jeff ready to go ham once it gets hit. I could definitely see a Parabolic Charge come out. Okay, yeah, Meowscarada does get Intimidated, really useful to delay the Mega Evolution to get another Intimidate off. Very scary, literally. Close combat into, ooh, just, it's Sash, I guess? No, what? It didn't get to move. It didn't even get to move. Okay, Bellibolt will... Okay, that's Expert Belt gone, but I think that's not that big of a deal. Parabolic Charge should knock out the Infernape. It does knock out Infernape. Infernape has another life here. Okay, Bellibolt gets some really good recovery. Back to full. You have to think 2 close combats knock out Bellibolt here. Tailwind pitted out. Okay, Bellibolt's still in a position that might be winnable. But one would have to think 2 close combats are enough, right? That's 38%. How much does a close combat from Scrafty do? If this isn't enough, that's a double KO again. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, that's over. 1-1. Okay, really tense match. GG's, good game. Holy, that was a pretty close match. Okay, Bellibolt definitely taking the shine here. Literally the only thing stopping Bellibolt here is being doubled into, or maybe like a Sinistchar or something. There's very little that... Yeah, there's very little on the board that can just deal with Bellibolt comfortably. Does Bellibolt have a good partner here though, because Gardevoir can like ignore the Parabolic Charge into the teammate slot. That's very real. Okay, here we go. Game 3, it's insane. Game 3, I really love Game 3 matches. It's just that extra bit of tensity. Okay, Floette plus Avaluggs, that's an interesting lead. Gardevoir and Sleepy Jeff, okay. So yet again we see no Sinistcha to try to play around the Bellibolt. What can these two do? Will Floette try to Choice Scarf trick again? You'd have to believe Bellibolt is faster than Avalugg, right? So a single Light of Ruin should not take care of it. Okay, Jeff just protects. What does Gardevoir do then? In my opinion, this is a very, very risky protect. Gardevoir takes a lot. Does that mean Rock Slide? Okay, Reflect, that's really important. Yeah, that's a good Reflect. Avalanche. Okay, so Gardevoir just gets deleted at the cost of a Reflect. Yeah, that was a really costly protect right there. Breaking Avaluggs sturdy here would have been really, really nice. Okay, Metagross comes out. Yeah, pretty similar to game 1 so far. Metagross comes out. Or is he gonna Mega? That's my question. Like, there's some benefits of doing it, some benefits of not doing it yet. I'm not sure how close speed tiers are, but I'm pretty sure Floette with its Scarf is faster. Also, to me it's crazy that Light of Ruin doesn't function the same way Steel Beam does. Why doesn't it just function the same way as Steel Beam, that it just takes a flat 50% of your own HP? That would make way more sense. Okay, skillful dodge on the... Holy... Skillful dodge on the Light of Ruin. Parabolic Charge also into the Metagross slot. Floette's still alive. At least Avalugg gets knocked out. One has to believe Floette will try to knock out Bellibolt here. Unless it goes for a Protect, which he might read, but... What can Floette even do to Metagross? It's resisted, I'm not sure. It does seem I'm kind of rooting for Jeff here, but Jeff has kind of won the hearts of the crowd, in my opinion. And I'm also in the crowd. Also, yeah, poor Blazer for Steel Beam goes. I don't know how that works. I've tried to figure that out. I don't know. Yeah, Infinite with a potential fake out, which would be pretty wild. Okay. Light of Ruin, no fake out. Just a double up, I guess. That's 40% remaining. Does get that charge. Floette goes down. Who will Infernape go for here? Meteor Mesh. Ooh. To break the sash, I guess. And an attack boost. Overheat into the Metagross slot. So Metagross goes down here. That's decent trade. But I also think Infernape goes down here. Infernape also goes down, so Nosos is left with only one Mon, facing off the very clutch Bellibolt so far. Yeah, okay, this has to be Scrafty. It pretty much has to be Scrafty. And who else on the Fairview Floregatos side? It's Meowscarada, sort of the mascot. It's a Corviknight. This is not looking pretty. This is not looking pretty for Nosos. Bellibolt pretty much has this in the pocket. I'm not sure what Meowscarada can do to win this game. Okay. Protean transforms into a Dark type. Knocks off the leftovers, right? Yeah, leftovers, I remember that. Brave Bird into Meowscarada. Doesn't do too much damage because of the Reflect that's still up. Thunderbolt going into Corviknight. Oh, that 10% miss on Floet really changed his game. If that first one hit, I'm pretty sure the outcome could have been different. I'm not sure it would have been different, but it could definitely have been different. But yeah, GG's, very well played to both. These were really fun matches, really intense matches. Yeah, I really like these. GG's to both, and there's no shame in losing this. Nosehouse played really well. Ruffles played really well. Really played to the strength of the Bellibolt. Really like to see Bellibolt do something. Yeah.